Hello once again to everyone there. Today, structure number 4. In last few sessions, we have already completed notice writing, introduction of tense, structure number 1, structure number 2, structure number 3, and now I am here with you all with structure number 4. What do we need for active? As structure number 4 is also known as present perfect continuous tense. What do we need to frame a sentence with structure number 4? For active voice, we need a subject, has, have, been, before, object, new words, since, for, and time or period. What about has and have? Where to put? We have already discussed with structure number 3. What about before? We have already discussed with structure number 2. Now, what about since and for? Since and for, these two words are used before time. If you are talking about length of time, you need to put for. If you are pointing out the time, we need to use since. That I will make you clear in examples. Before to it, what about passive structure for structure number 4? That we have no passive. Hooray! Happy? For all perfect continuous tense, whether it is present or past or future, we do not have passive for such structures. Remember this, that we won't have any passive for past perfect continuous tense. In the same way, we won't have any passive for future perfect continuous tense. Example: my teacher has been teaching me tense since long. My teacher, singular, so we are using has with my teacher. Has been teaching me tense since long. We are talking about length of time. Long. There is no fixed time. So we are only talking about length of time as pointing out the time. That is why we are using since here. Next example, that is your favorite sentence. All the students, they might have used this sentence this time or other time. I have been suffering from fever. Remember, many of the learners, in many cases I have seen that we frame sentence I am suffering from fever. That is a wrong sentence. Remember, when we are using time at last with since and for, then always use either has been, or have been, or had been. So I have been suffering from fever for 3 days. You can also use since in this case, but the moment you bring since into this sentence, your sentence would be I have been suffering from fever since the day before yesterday. It is same day for last 3 days or since day before yesterday. You can see that in case of since, day before yesterday we are pointing out, but in case of for, the same thing but in form of length of time, 3 days. So for can be used 3 days, 10 years, 2 minutes, yesterday, day before yesterday, and for can be used for since can be used for since January, since yesterday, since morning, since evening. So when you see that time is only being pointed out in the case of January, yesterday, February, Monday, last week, so we have to use since. But when we have complete length of time, 3 years, 10 years, 100 years, 2 days, 30 minutes, 3 hours, then we have to use for. So I hope structure number 4 is now clear to every learner at other side. This is all about from my side today for structure number 4. In next session, once again I will be there with structure number 5. What is structure number 5? That we are going to start past tense, and this is the end of present tense. Remember the introductory class of tense, where I discussed that we have 4 categories of a tense: simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. So we have already covered structure number 1, that is simple, structure number 2, that is continuous, structure number 3, that is perfect, and now structure number 4, that is perfect continuous. So present tense is over here. In next session we would start with structure number 5, and that would be the first structure for past tense. Thank you.